Hello, football fans. Ryan here. Welcome to Officials Timeout. Joining me is
Also, Ryan.
makes it easy. Just say Ryan. You know who's talking. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Let's go to the play.
All right, so tough play on that punter there, huh, Ryan? You never want to see that. You like to see nice, clean plays and people not getting frustrated afterwards about it, huh?
Oh, I mean, talk about a double whammy. He picks up the bad snap with his knee on the ground, so he's down. That's a huge turnover right there. And then he spikes the ball, gets called for the unsportsmanlike. Another big, chunk of yardage he's given to his opponents. We recently ran a video about kind of the knee down and are you a little bit more laxed when it's the punter? Really can't be laxed on this one. No doubt about it. Bad punt. His knee was down. And then in frustration, he spiked the ball. Now we can't hear what he says. It doesn't come through, even if we had the audio. We don't hear what he says. But he's definitely frustrated. My question,
Yeah.
Ryan, and I'll be honest here. My question is, are you flagging this kid for his frustration?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of different sort of ideas and opinions down in the comments. Me personally, if this is the early part of a game and we're trying to set the tone and do preventative officiating, I am probably throwing that flag. The reason being is by the letter of the rule, it draws attention to oneself. Even though it's in a negative way, it does draw attention to oneself. And if you let things like that go early in the game, the reactions can get a lot more prominent. And then when somebody spikes it, the next time for a different reason, and we're trying to understand that, somebody's going to be upset if you don't call it. So am I calling it, especially because it looks like that was, the first half of a game? I am probably calling it in that situation. What do you think?
I think you're mean. I think you're just a mean, bitter official. I'll be completely honest. I would probably not call it. I'm not
Okay.
saying I'm right. I would probably not call it for the most part. And maybe he yelled the F word really loud. I don't know. Maybe he's been a jerk the whole game and I don't know. But in a vacuum, I probably wouldn't. I'll be honest. Just because I feel like he cost his team big time. He's frustrated. I get it. Just he didn't do it towards anybody. He did it towards himself because he's frustrated with himself or with the situation. So I would probably I didn't say anything. Let's go. Let's go. I totally though understand if you tell me, Ryan, how's this kid gonna learn? You said the tone. Another great point. Is this we're gonna let players get away with this? So I totally understand if I'm in the wrong here. My heart, I'm sensitive. It's like poor kid. I don't want to add. I don't want to kick him when he's down. Pour salt in his wound. He screwed up, and then he screwed up again, and so I would probably not flag it, or I could see
Yeah.
myself not flagging it.
I could totally see the argument for that. And I in no way want to sound like I'm trying to insert myself into a game because we're not. We're here for the players to play. My concern would be that if it then happens again, let's say in celebration on the touchdown, that coach is going to then say, he spiked the ball 3 plays ago. How come there wasn't a flag and now there is? And then I have to say, well, it's because he was celebrating versus not. And that sort of gets into a little bit of a minutia. Now, does my opinion change if it's there's 30 seconds left and it's 45-0? Maybe from a game management standpoint, that would go into it. But I do think, and please in the comments, tell me if I'm wrong. I do think that that's probably a flag in my book as we saw it.
Yeah, you bring up the coach. That's a good point. Years ago, a team that hadn't scored all year scored, and the player who scored, sort of kind of flipped the ball up. He kind of threw it up, and the coach was running behind me, going, "Isn't that a foul? You can't do that." I'm like, "I didn't see it, coach." because I'm like, they scored once all year. You're going to win this game, coach. We're not. I don't want to flag this kid for scoring his team's only touchdown. Again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I have a heart. I care too much, Ryan. I care too much. That's my problem. So again, I probably wouldn't flag it. I do get all the reasons to flag it. And probably it's a good idea, but like I said, I just care too much.
No, there's a lot of nuance in this. And, I just sort of go back to the fact that if it was a spike under after a first down, after a good play, after, some other types of things, are we calling it? Probably, and so that's where I sort of lean on that, but completely understand this is going to be one with a lot of nuance, and a lot of people are probably going to say, hey, let them play, don't insert yourself into the game. But hey, sometimes these things have a habit of building, like we talked about earlier.
I think I'll get killed in the comments, but that's okay. Please leave your thoughts, your wisdoms, your insights, your experience in the comments section below. We want to hear from you. Do you have a heart like me? Do you struggle with caring too much like I do? Or are you cold and heartless like Ryan over here and just want to see these kids suffer? Get off my lawn. No, I'm kidding. Ryan's not like that. But please do leave your comments. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Please like this video. It just helps us out immensely. Ryan, thank you very much. We're going to leave you with the fifth down.